And this is why I'm against the upcoming Midland College bond. So a gentleman took me out for lunch, him and his buddy, and they talked to me, right? They see me on social media here locally in Midland, Texas, and they're concerned citizens, great, members of the community. And they started telling me how all this works with the city, the way the bonds work, the way they had lost Ranchland golf course here in Midland. But that's a whole nother situation and subject. But the point is, they're the ones that first showed me about how things work in my city. But what opened my eyes that these gentlemen showed me is how bonds work. Now, we pay property taxes, right? And if you look at your property taxes, your statement at the very bottom, it shows how much you're paying in taxes a year. Now, this is the thing that's kind of crazy about it. One of the gentlemen showed me my house, how much it was worth, it's public knowledge, and how much I'm paying in property taxes currently. And best believe it pissed me off. I couldn't believe I was paying over $4,000 a year on different bonds and that have gotten passed in the past here in my city. Now, some things on there you got to pay regardless because you live in the city. That's just how it works, right? But my tax rate and numbers went up due to the last bond they passed, which was the Energized Midland sham. They lied to everybody that our rates wouldn't go up. That was a lie. I mean, debt's debt. Anyways, this is the point, though. What a bond does, right? They basically get together and they form a plan to pass a bond, which is basically just a tax that we have to pay. So a group of people from Midland College got together, right? And they formed a plan to put it out there and have the people vote on it. And it was called a bond, basically a tax from us to pay for them. They put it up for vote right now in this time of the year, and they call it an off season. And we think it's kind of sneaky because not everybody even knows what's going on. Early voting ends tomorrow with the election on Saturday. You can vote Saturday still if you don't vote by today or tomorrow. So the point is, Midland College put together a horrendous $450 million plan to build new buildings and to train oil field workers and supposedly nurses and everybody else. So this is a 2-year college. This is not a 4-year university. You know, we actually toured the college. It was very dead and empty. It's on my YouTube channel. But the point is, what I want to say here is this. Midland College put together a big old tax bond for us to vote for in an off-season election when nobody really knows what's going on. And the way that they end up getting this passed is they got the whole college. They got people that were even backing them, you know, the MISD, Midland College, all these educators, they're all in cahoots together, in my opinion. So that's how they get these bonds passed, because they know about it, and a lot of us don't even know about it. Again, look at your property taxes whenever you look at your statement. And a lot of y'all might not know about this because you pay your mortgage and your property taxes are usually inside that mortgage, so you really don't pay attention. If you look up your address on the website for the taxes for your property, it'll show you at the very bottom the bonds you're paying for and the property taxes you're currently paying for. And again, I got pissed when I seen this. So the whole point of this video is, sorry for being so long-winded about it, but this is very important because once you see this, you can't unsee it, right? Once I learned that they're trying to pass this huge debt/bond, I got involved, and I'm heavily involved right now, and I'm just a local truck driver. It's not my responsibility to pay 1 penny for the training of oil field workers at Midland College. It's not my responsibility to pay 1 penny for them to build new buildings or for them to put $3.5 million in irrigation and landscaping. I don't even know how that benefits any students whatsoever. So again, I just wanted to make this video to tell you about the bonds, and this is actually part of a bigger problem in the United States of America. Mostly every city is doing this. And then when you start realizing who's doing this, who's pushing this, right? Then you start connecting the dots. And especially in Midland, we got people coming from different cities, from different states, from California of all places, and they come here and they push their ideologies on students and young people alike, with us having to foot the bill for the buildings and for training, equipment, whatever. Nobody I've ever met has gone to Midland College. Nobody in the oil field I've ever met has been to Midland College. And now, I'm not saying it don't happen. I'm just saying, me being a lifelong Midlander, born here, I've never met nobody in the oil field that said, hey, I just got out of training of Midland College. And they're doing this in Odessa too. They're doing this in Big Spring, I believe. They're doing this in San Angelo. They're doing this in a bunch of states, or cities, should I say, and states, where they get a group of people that think they know better and they're smarter than us, supposedly, and they formulate a plan, and they make a bond, and they put it up to get passed. And if you don't know what's happening, you're going to end up paying for those bonds / higher taxes for 30 to 40 years. That's the one in Midland College right now. It's a 30 to 40 year plan with interest. It ends up being $1.1 billion. You're going to pay that property tax increase for that bond for Midland College, Odessa College, any other college or school system, you know, that they implement. You're going to pay it for a lot of years. And the sad thing is, most property owners don't even know. And it don't just affect someone that owns a house. People that live in apartments, businesses, anybody with any kind of property is going to get that tax increase because of a bond from a school or a college that you might not ever step foot in. And then think about it. Whenever the person that owns the apartment complex, when the person that owns the building to do business, when their taxes go up, who do you think they pass along that to? To you. So at the end of the day, we end up getting taxed so much that we're literally in debt for years, paying these bonds to these schools and these colleges that a lot of us will never even go to. And then the things that they teach there. I don't even want to go off into the public school system. Why should I have to pay for any kind of bonds from the public school system? My kids are homeschooled. And most teachers in Midland, Texas are quitting. They can't even get teachers here. And the education sucks too. Actually, Midland College, their graduation rate is 29%. That's horrendous. And you want me to pay $450 million for that? No, sir. I'm going to vote no. Well, I already did. They just graded the public school systems in Midland. Man, they got F's, D's. They didn't get no A's. They didn't get no A's in Midland, y'all. So do you want your tax dollars going to these public school systems and these colleges that you might not ever go to, but you're going to be forced to pay for 30 to 40 years increased property taxes on your property? And not just that, in your city, when everything just keeps going up and up and up because we're being taxed literally till we no longer here. I would ask you to please go vote today or tomorrow, and vote no on any bond. We're writing them a blank check, y'all. You think we should trust them? I don't even know them. And I don't want one penny going to anything that they're trying to do. I don't care what it has to do with. It's not my business. My family comes first. And you're not going to shame me for putting my family before anything else. It's my hard-earned money that I work my butt off in the oil field for, and I don't want it going anywhere. I want it to stay in my pocket. God bless y'all.